Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you can strum through a song called Hallelujah by Jeff Buckley. And if you want to follow the Jeff Buckley version, we'll end up capoing on 6th fret. Randomly, if you want to follow the Matthew Schuller version that was on The Voice, you could take this version and tune down a half step. So you actually go to your tuners and tune it down to E flat, B flat, G flat, D flat, A flat, and E flat, and this would work out. But we're going to start out on that verse part, and we're going to start on G major. When we play G major, first finger goes to the A string on the 2nd fret, second finger on the low E string on the 3rd fret, and third finger on the high E string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And then from the G, we're going to be going to an E minor chord. When we play E minor, first finger stays on the A string 2nd fret, second finger on the D string 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an E minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. And then from the E minor, we go back to G, and then we go back to E minor, and then we go to a C major chord. When we play C major, first finger goes to the B on the 1st fret, second finger on the D string 2nd fret, third finger on the A string 3rd fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And then from the C, we go to a quick D major chord. When we play D major, first finger goes to the G string on the 2nd fret, second finger on the high E string 2nd fret, and the third finger on the B string 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And then from the D, we're going to be going back to the G major, and then going back to D major. And then we go back to G major, and then we do a C major, D major, E minor, and then we go to C major, but then we go to a D major, but then you can go to a D sharp diminished chord. And then we play D sharp diminished. First finger goes to the D string on the 1st fret, second finger on the B string 1st fret, third finger on the G string 2nd fret, and the pinky on the high E on the 2nd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, then that sounds a D sharp diminished chord, which sounds awesome. And then from the D sharp diminished, we're going to go into an E minor chord at the very, very end of our verse. Now the weird part about this song though is you kind of feel it in either 2 or 6 depending on where you're sitting in the audience and how you're feeling. But there are 2 really big beats on each chord, and so you could kind of work this with a down, down, up if you wanted to. Where you could take the G and just try that a lot and have G, down, up, G, down, up, G, down, up, G, down, up. We'll talk about some other options and some fingerstyle options in a moment too. But if we took that from the very beginning, we could have the G with a down, down, up, E minor, down, up, G, down, up, E minor, down, up, C, down, up. And then we do a down on C, down on D, and then we go back to G with a down, down, up, and then D, down, up, G, down, up, C with a down, D with a down, E minor, down, down, up, C with a down, down, up, D with a down, down, D sharp diminished, down, up, E minor, down, up, E minor, down, up. And then from there, then we'd be going into our chorus, which is kind of a little variation. So if we try our chorus with our strum pattern, we'd have C with a down, down, up, C with a down, down, up, E minor with a down, down, E minor with a down, down, up, C with a down, down, up, C with a down, down, up, G with a down, down, up, D with a down, down, up, G with a down, down, up, E minor with a down, down, up, G with a down, down, up, E minor with a down. And something else you may want to try and add to the song though is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down of the down, down, up, up, or of the down, down, up, you could throw in a bass note for the chord. So on the G, you could do kind of a bass, down, up, bass, down, up. So you'd have the low E string for your bass. And then on the E minor, you'd have the low E string for your bass. And then on the C chord, you'd have the A for the bass. On the D, you'd have the D string for the bass. And then on the D sharp diminished, when we get to that, we'd have the D string for the bass on that chord. So we tried it through our verse doing bass down up. We'd have G with the bass, down up, E minor with the bass, down up, G with the bass, down up, E minor with low E bass, down up, C with an A bass, down up, C, D, G with low E bass, down up, D with a D, down up, G with low E bass, down up, C, D, E minor with low E bass, down up, C with the bass, down up, D with a D bass, or the D, down up, and then D sharp diminished, down up, E minor with low E bass, down up, E minor with low E bass, down up. And then we try that through our next chorus. We'd have C with an A bass, down up, C with an A bass, down up, E minor with low E low bass, down, low bass, down, up. Now you may also kind of feel the song though in 6, so kind of doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you can even try this with downs. I'm kind of taking the flat of my right hand and just kind of laying it down on top of the saddle. So just randomly, especially at different points in the tune, you may want to kind of experiment with kind of a down, 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 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on each chord. So the weird part is where we've got those halving chords, the C and the D's, that we do just 3 on. So we tried it that way. We'd have G, E minor, G, E minor, C, C, D, G, D, G, C with 3, D with 3, E minor with 6, C, 1, 2, 3, 1, D sharp diminished, E minor. And then if we tried that idea through the chorus, then we'd have the C, C, E minor, C, G 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, D 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, G 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, E minor, G, E minor. So you want to kind of play around with that too, or even throwing in basses and then kind of keeping that going can be kind of a cool thing too. Or even mixing up between those two ideas, or even throwing in extra down ups actually can be kind of a cool thing too, kind of mixing it up. So on that 6 you could kind of do down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, or down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, kind of fill it in, so you can throw in some extra ups to kind of make it cool too. Now something that can also be really cool is to fingerstyle through this, and if you're interested in that, your thumb kind of becomes your bass player for the low E string and the A and the D string. Your index finger, or at least one way to work it, would be doing index finger on the G string, on the middle finger for the B string, ring finger for the high E string, and kind of locking the fingers in. And one really easy arpeggio to kind of feel the 6 actually would be doing kind of low E string for your bass. I'm kind of demonstrating this on a G chord, but you can apply it through the whole song. And you could go thumb, index, middle, ring, and then come back middle, index. So I'm going bass, index, middle, ring, middle, index, or bass, G, B, E, B, G. It's kind of an arpeggio. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, thumb, index, middle, ring, middle, index. So this could be kind of a cool thing to kind of try through the song too. And if you're interested in that, your bass player just becomes your bass player, or your thumb becomes your bass player. Now the weird part is where we got those halving things, and what can be kind of cool is to do just the first 1, 2, 3 of the chord, or at least that would be really easy. Thumb, index, middle. That's kind of where we're halving the chord. So we got that C, D. You may want to just try doing thumb, index, middle. It's a forward roll if you're a banjo player. But anyway, so if we take it through the verse that way, you'd have G, E minor, G, E minor, low E bass, C with an A bass, and then C with thumb, index, middle, D with thumb, index, middle, G with low E bass, D with D bass, G with low E bass, C, D, E minor, C major, D major, D sharp diminished, E minor. And then if we took that idea and applied it to our chorus, we would have our C, C, E minor, C, G, D, G, E minor, G, E minor. And now in the Jeff Buckley version, actually, there's some really cool places where, for effect, especially if you're singing this out, he kind of extends some of the chords and really kind of does. There's some really cool places where he'll just take a chord and just kind of ride it out. So don't feel like you have to do it exactly like this. Actually, I think it can be a cool thing, especially if you end up on one of the last chords, for instance, like that G minor on the verse. It can be kind of a cool idea, especially if you're playing it on maybe that last D. You can just kind of hang out on the D for a while, kind of make it really expressive before you kind of keep it going into that C, D, E minor, C, D, D sharp diminished, E minor. So you want to kind of just ride it out on some of the chords and kind of set yourself up for the chorus. chorus perhaps. At the very end, actually, there's kind of the Jeff Buckley version. There's this cool extended chorus, where he just kind of goes on and on and on and on. So you may want to kind of play around with that, especially depending on how you're feeling. Especially if you're playing it out. But that's the basics of how you could kind of strum through and kind of easily fingerstyle through Hallelujah by Jeff Buckley. And like I said, if you want to play along with the Matthew Schuller version, just tune down a half step and this should work out. So good luck!